Hi everyone, I'm Michelle Kelly. Welcome to Be in the Change. I'm going to get started by reciting my inspiration. Our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, which most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people will not feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Marianne Williamson. I'd like to say welcome to everybody who's watching me for the first time, and welcome back, and thank you to everybody who's been watching me and following me on this journey. I started in 2019 for my New Year's resolution, stating I was breaking up with fear, I was breaking up with shame, and I was breaking up with guilt, and I was doing a weekly video for an entire year. And it's going on almost 2 years and I'm still doing it. So thank you to everybody who's been following me and helping me keep up with this, because, you know, being accountable is something that I really need. And, you know, being accountable just to myself, by myself, on my own is not enough. I need to be accountable to other people. That helps motivate me so much. And those are things that I'm learning about myself. Left to my own devices, I am a self-sabotager, which I am trying not to do anymore. But it is a daily practice because I've been that way for a really long time. So now I'm learning how not to sabotage myself. So last week I was talking in my video. I don't know if you guys got a chance to watch it, and if you did, great. And if you haven't, I invite you to go back and watch my previous videos. They're on YouTube, they're on Instagram, and they're on Twitter, and they're on Facebook. But I was talking about keeping up with the Joneses and how exhausting and painful it is to live a life that is fake and not sincere. And how do I know this? I know it because I did it. And you know, playing the game, like, I've never been a game player. And one of the things about me, Michelle Kelly, is when I was growing up, I always saw things as they were happening, and sometimes even before they were happening, and I had good intuition. But what happened to me is I learned how to doubt and second guess that intuition, and I pushed it down and I pushed it down and I pushed it down. But eventually it started speaking to me so loud that I couldn't ignore it, and I had to get out of situations a lot earlier than most people. I had to remove myself from drugs and alcohol at 18 years old. I didn't remove myself. God removed that for me and took me to the people who could help me with that. And I had to not stay around my family because that wasn't good for me either. And what I'm finding out is I have gone through a lot of things that people are just going through right now, and I've gone through them earlier. So it's just, I'm a little bit further down the road on the same journey that everybody else is on. And what I've learned is compassion and love and self-forgiveness. And I'm still working on it. It is way better than it used to be. But so I feel like that's part of why I'm here. I'm here to mend and heal, and then help other people do it too. And playing the game of life, of, you know, you grow up, you pretend that you come from this happy, fabulous family, you go to college, or, you know, tech school or do something, you get married, get a job, or you get a job, get married, and live happily ever after. And most of you know it is not happily ever after. It's hard. And a lot of people, from what I have experienced and I'm finding out, I could acknowledge that my family wasn't well at a very young age. And because I said it and told people, and I had a lot of people tell me their family was like wonderful and great and their life was so good, and I really believed people. And now I'm finding out a lot of people created a fake family. Not a fake family, but they created it the way that they wish that it was, even though it wasn't true. So, and it's called surviving. Like, a lot of people had to make believe that their family was a certain way in order to survive. And I totally get that. I couldn't make believe. I felt like mine was so obvious you couldn't even pretend. But what I'm finding out is a lot of people did have to pretend in order to survive. So I get it. I know it. And I am not bashing anybody's family, and I am not bashing my own. They did the best they could with what they had. But what I needed to do is I needed to get away from that in order to be well. And I was around people who weren't spiritually connected. And really, that's what all of this is about at the end of the day, is being spiritually connected, and how you can do that, and how I have done that. And what I've decided to do, I knew this was leading me to my next job and the next place where I'm supposed to go. I was so good at, I wanted to help people by doing hair, because I always thought if you look good on the outside, you could feel good on the inside. And you can. It's a temporary fix. It definitely helps, but I feel like now my job is to help people feel better internally. And one of the reasons why doing hair, it was so hard on my neck and back, but the other thing that was hard about it for me was, in the past 5 years, I've noticed things that got so big for me. And when I asked people, they said, oh no, I didn't notice that. But like women, a lot of women, their hair is falling out, and it's been falling out for years, and not just older women. Like younger women are losing their hair. And you know what everybody wants to do now? Let's get hair extensions. Let's pretend like our hair's not falling out, and let's get hair extensions. And then eyebrows. People's eyebrows are disappearing. I have pencil on mine today. Like, people's eyebrows are disappearing. So now you get microbladed, and it looks beautiful, but it is not addressing what's really going on. Is why are women losing their hair, and why are women losing their eyebrows? Like, this is something that hasn't been addressed, and I want to get to the deeper root of things, and not just band-aid stuff anymore, because we can't keep going on with just pretending like stuff isn't happening. Things are getting so big that you can't pretend anymore. At least I can't pretend. So I get that people do have to pretend. You have to pretend because you're surviving and protecting yourself. But then you get to a point where surviving and protecting yourself becomes such hard work and such a big job that you can no longer do it, because you're now drinking, you're now taking pills, you're now, trying to cover it up with other things, and it's exhausting, and it makes you sick. And so I get why people do what they do. I've done it too, and now I'm trying not to. And I want to share all that information with you guys, because I feel like there's all these great people out there telling you what not to do, but they're not telling you how not to do it. And how I try not to do it is I try and I pray. I try and do things that bring me joy and fun. And I try and talk to other people. And every time I talk about this stuff, a little piece of it leaves me and my spirit gets lighter. And that's what I'm hoping for everybody out there, is that your spirit gets light and free, and that you have peace and joy and love. And that's what I want to bring to everyone who's watching this. So thank you to everybody who's watching. Please stay tuned, and I will see you all next week.